Here's a fictional story centered on a school shooting, designed to be sensitive while maintaining suspense, emotional depth, and unexpected twists. The narrative focuses on the human impact, moral dilemmas, and uncovering hidden truths. Title: Shattered Silence. It was a crisp winter morning in Crescent High School. Students shuffled into the building, their chatter blending with the hum of heaters. Among them was Ellie, a quiet sophomore who spent most of her time sketching in her notebook, and Jake, the star quarterback with a bright future ahead. The day started like any other until a shrill alarm pierced through the corridors during second period. "This is a lockdown drill," came the voice over the intercom. Students groaned. Drills had become routine. Teachers locked doors and instructed students to huddle silently in corners, but something felt different to Ellie. From her hiding spot, she could hear faint shouts outside, followed by a sound that made her blood run cold: gunfire. The first twist. Panic spread like wildfire. Ellie's art teacher, Mrs. Harper, whispered for everyone to stay quiet. But Jake, who had been texting his mom under his desk, froze as he saw a message from his younger sister, Mia, a freshman. "Someone's in the cafeteria with a gun. I'm hiding under the tables. Please help." Against Mrs. Harper's orders, Jake silently slipped out of the classroom. Ellie saw him leave, her heart racing. She had always admired Jake from afar, and now she found herself wrestling with the urge to follow him. Meanwhile, chaos erupted in the school security office. Officer Daniels, the school resource officer, reviewed surveillance footage and saw the masked gunman pacing in the cafeteria. Daniels recognized the gunman's gait and posture. It looked eerily familiar. Ellie's discovery. Ellie followed Jake at a distance, clutching her sketchbook like a shield. As she reached the cafeteria hallway, she saw him peeking through the glass doors. Inside, the gunman was pacing, but he wasn't firing. Instead, he was talking to Mia and two other students who were crouched near the vending machines. Jake motioned for Ellie to stay back, but she whispered, "He's not shooting. Why?" Jake hesitated, then gestured for Ellie to follow him around to the back entrance. The second twist. As they crept closer, they overheard the gunman's voice. "I don't want to hurt anyone, but someone here ruined my life, and they need to face what they've done." Ellie's eyes widened. The voice wasn't that of a stranger. It was Ryan, a former student who had dropped out last year after being expelled for fighting. She remembered his kind smile from when he used to tutor her in math. Jake whispered, "We need to get Mia out." But Ellie had another idea. "He's not shooting because he doesn't want to kill. Maybe we can talk to him." Jake looked at her like she was crazy. But before they could decide, a loud crash echoed through the cafeteria. The SWAT team was breaching the building. The moral dilemma. Ryan panicked, grabbing Mia by the arm as a human shield. The SWAT team shouted orders, their rifles trained on him. Ellie burst into the room, yelling, "Stop! He's not going to hurt her." The officers hesitated. Ellie turned to Ryan. "Why are you doing this?" she asked, her voice trembling. Ryan broke down, tears streaming down his face. They covered it up. "When Coach fired me from the team, he didn't just ruin my chances at a scholarship, he ruined my life, and no one cared." Ellie realized he was talking about Coach Reynolds, the revered football coach who had always been untouchable. Jake, too, looked stunned, remembering rumors he had once dismissed about the coach's shady dealings. The final twist. Before anyone could react, Coach Reynolds entered the cafeteria, escorted by police. "Ryan," he said, his voice cold, "put the gun down. Don't make this worse." But Ryan wasn't aiming at Mia anymore. He pointed the gun at Coach Reynolds. "You lied. You knew I was innocent, and you still got me expelled." Ellie's mind raced. Something about Coach Reynolds' demeanor was off. He didn't look afraid, just annoyed. Then she remembered a drawing she'd made last year of the football team. Coach Reynolds had always had a silver keychain clipped to his belt, a keychain identical to the one now clipped to Ryan's backpack. Ellie gasped. "The gun wasn't his, was it?" she blurted. The room fell silent. Ryan's expression crumbled. "He planted it in my locker," he whispered. Cliffhanger ending. Before the truth could fully unfold, a single gunshot rang out. The screen displaying the cafeteria feed in the security office went black. Who fired the shot? Did Ryan survive to tell his story? And would Crescent High ever confront the dark truths hidden beneath its polished reputation? To be continued.